Hello, I'm Joe Graber from the Engineering Department, and I wanted to tell you about an exciting new resource for faculty to make videos. Perhaps like me, you've made videos in the past where you've used your laptops and just projected the screen on it. Those videos are great and you can put a lot of good information in them, but it's difficult for your students to connect with you because they can't really see you, especially in online classes. So what I want to tell you about today is a Lightboard, an opportunity to make videos where they can see you and you can also present your information in a multitude of different ways. Let me show you some benefits of the Lightboard. With a Lightboard, you can connect with your students. You can see me while I'm talking. I can use my hands to talk. But I can also present my information. As you can see over here, I have my presentation on one side and I'm on the other. Connect with your students. You can interact with your presentations. And the best part is that there's no editing. You come in, you put in a USB stick, you make a video, and when you're done, that video is on your USB stick to upload. Let me show you a few different options on how you can use the Lightboard.
Low tech.
Option number one is low tech. And low tech is just what it sounds like. Low tech. You walk in, you use a whiteboard in your classroom. Well, you walk in and use a whiteboard here. You can walk in, put a USB in the video capture device, and you can start writing. I could go up here and I could say, okay, well, I have y equals x plus 3. And my x is going to be equal to 4. What is y? You can see a few things about this. First off, it's really easy to read the writing. Because there are LED lights lighting up a piece of glass in front of me, you can easily see what I'm writing. Another thing is that I am not talented enough to write backwards. I did not just write that backwards. I actually wrote it forwards. And then the screen is flipped so that it's readable to the person watching a video. One thing to keep in mind is that means you probably shouldn't wear shirts with writing on them if you're making a video. Because if I was wearing this shirt, you can see that it's backwards. So the first way is you come in, you put in a USB stick, you start writing on the board, you do your lecture, and you're done. Let me tell you about some other options. Option 2, I already showed you an example of before, is swipe. Option 2 is you can have your presentation on one side and you on the other. You can talk about your presentation like this beautiful painting from Monet. You talk about the texture, whatever you want to talk about on that presentation. The students can see you and they can see your presentation. You can select through this video switcher back here, which is what I'm working with, how much the presentation shows and how much you show. So you can make your presentations however you want and fade in the amount that you want. Another way to use swipe is that you could have a diagram on one side and then you could start drawing some information. So if I was teaching engineering, a lot of times I'm going to use a free body diagram. I could have this diagram up and I could make my version of that diagram. And then I could go ahead and get rid of it. And now I have the whole screen to do all of my work and finish the problem. Option 3 is mix. With mix, you can have both your presentation and the video up at the same time. And this way you can interact with your presentation. So in this case, if I wanted to introduce students to plotting a line, I could actually come up here and say, well, I have my XY axis, and I want to have 2 points that we're going to make a line out of. We have a point right here, and we have a point down here. And I'm going to draw a line that connects both of those. Let's come up with an equation for that line, and then you can start writing over here. So you can interact with your presentations and have them right on top of the video. And you have control over this through a video editing switcher in the back. So hopefully at this point you are just as excited about Lightboard as I am, and you want to know how you're going to start using it. It's located in Whitehorse Hall, room 109. First, you have to get access to that. You can talk to me, send me an email. You can talk to eLearning. They can give you access. If you're going to use it a lot, we'll get you a key, and you can come in and use it whenever you like. It's open to all faculty. Second thing, once you have access, you want to build a presentation. The presentation should have a black background. I'm going to make another video with more details on that. But this is just a PowerPoint that I'm using with a black background that works well with the black curtain behind me. You're going to need a computer so that you can connect your presentation to the recording system. If you don't have a computer, then you can check one out from eLearning. The computer should have a mini display port out or an HDMI port out so that you can connect it to the system. And finally, a USB stick. The recording is all done on the USB. You bring it in, you plug it into the system, and it puts the video right on there for you to upload to YouTube or however else you want. So I'm going to go back to the no editing. You saw a lot of different things that I did in this video, but it was all done in real time. I didn't do any editing to this at all. I created the presentation. I'm switching back and forth between the presentation with the video switcher. So I was able to make this video without any editing, and now I can go upload it. I'm going to leave you with some contact information to get more information on how to use the Lightboard. I hope that you all make use of it. Thank you.